Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Poppynell and this is my second YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be redrawing old drawings. All these drawings are from around the same time. I was like 12 or 13. I have like 3 or 4 folders full of old art, which sounds like a lot, but it's nothing compared to what I actually drew. But I had a really bad habit of throwing away anything that I didn't like. Same thing with digital, so I had a lot of digital art that I made on my phone that I had just deleted. So these are some of the surviving pieces. So we are starting off with this absolute monstrosity. That being said though, I do want to say that if you're a beginner artist or you're just, not too far along with your art, or maybe you have a style similar to any of these drawings that I'm, criticizing, I'm only criticizing them this harshly because it's my own art and it's not something that I would be satisfied with. And these are also drawings that I did when I was a child, so please don't take any of my comments to heart if you find any of these pieces to be similar to your current artwork. Okay, so a little bit of backstory on this. I think I drew this maybe 2017, 2018, something like that. I don't know. I was in like 6th grade, so I was a little kid. And when I was younger, well, now even still, I really liked emo stuff, as most artists as children. Yeah, I was really angsty. Well, at least I thought I was, and I wanted to be. So a lot of my drawings looked like this. I did a lot of big-eyed anime type girls with emo haircuts. Death Hawk. The Death Hawk was my favorite haircut to give them. This girl doesn't have a Death Hawk, but that was my favorite haircut to give them. And as many piercings as I could think of, and just the edgiest clothes that I could possibly come up with. And of course, she's gotta be crying because she's emo. She's emotional. So much is going wrong in her life. So for the new version, I try to keep things relatively as similar as possible, but I kind of went for what child me would have wanted this drawing to be had I had the skill set. So with the off-the-shoulder thing, I definitely would have wanted to make it go. I would have wanted it to be like a baggier sweater that was like kind of hanging off of her. I can tell that's what I was going for, but I did not know how to draw body, so I couldn't really do that. Same thing with like the choker. I clearly did not know how to draw like chains and stuff, but I would have wanted that to look a lot more embellished. So I spent a little bit of time on that little cross on her choker. Also, for this drawing, I gave her a lot bigger, more like anime-esque eyes than I would normally draw, because that's clearly a very big focal point in the original drawing. Huge eyes just staring into your soul. So I reincorporated that into the new drawing, as well as my new rendering skills to give her some actual tear-looking tears. And she's got a tattoo now because I most certainly would have given her a tattoo if I had any idea how to draw a tattoo. And, to kind of make it resemble the original drawing more, I did a background that looked like, a piece of loose leaf paper, and I also tried to kind of incorporate the like weird design I did on the original shirt into the background with those little black scribbles or whatever, because I didn't want to put that on the shirt. I didn't like it. I probably should have if I wanted to stay true to it, but it's not a one-to-one. It's not supposed to be one-to-one. And here we have the final drawing. Definitely really love how it turned out. She looks really cute. Would have loved her in 6th grade. And 6 years. Clearly there's been some improvement, so that's always nice to see. Next up, we have this lovely drawing. I think this was around the time that I was reading Lore Olympus on Webtoon, which I probably shouldn't have been reading that, but I was. And I really liked the whole, light and dark, fire and water, fire boy and water girl, whatever. Obviously, I feel like a lot of people liked that as children, and still now even. I definitely got real creative with this one. Their shirts even say fire and water. So no confusion is possible. I'm not really sure why she's like chained at the ankle. I think she's floating, so I think my intention was to make it seem like, she's not gonna float away because she's chained down. But I don't know why it had to be like a cuff and chain, because it kind of looks like he's got her like locked up, which I don't like that. No. I don't want this to be that kind of dynamic. So I'm definitely changing some things. Yeah. Really glad that I have had some improvement, because the hands in that drawing, like, hands are hard, but the hands and feet are not it. They are not it. So for this new drawing, I kind of made her more of like a mist or cloud or fog type of girl. She's not water anymore. I just didn't really like that. I didn't think it made sense for her to be floating. Like, she's a water girl, but she's floating. Why is she floating? I didn't. Yeah. So she's like mist or fog or cloud, whatever you want to interpret it as. And now she's got her ankle like tied to the post, so that she won't float off. And it looks more like, maybe she just came out of the lake. That's where she lives. She tied herself to the post so that she wouldn't float away while she's visiting whoever this fiery man is, who's scorching the ground of her home lake. Also, I tried to give him like a subtly like kind of contemplative expression. Like, he's supposed to look kind of sad and contemplative, like, oh, can we even be together? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I was going for in the original, and his face looks pretty expressionless, which I don't think I really nailed it on this one. I probably should have spent a little bit more time on his facial expression. And then she's supposed to just kind of look, like she's curious about him, which I think I did that decently enough. I really hate the way his hair looks in the original, because it looks like he's just got a little puff of fire on the top of his head, and then he's bald on the rest of his head, which just looks silly. So, I still did fire hair, but I gave him like a mohawk. And I think it turns out pretty cool in the end. I also didn't give him a suit because I don't know, I wasn't vibing with that. I gave him a button up and some jeans, dress shoes, no more suit. So they're just kind of out here, and I made it sunset, like nighttime, so that you could see the glow of his fiery hair. So I thought that would be cool, lighting wise. I'm not the best at, portraying lighting accurately, but whether it's accurate or not, I think it looks pretty cool. So I've also been trying to draw more backgrounds, because I really have been backgroundophobic for a long time. I have like one or two drawings, which I'm pretty sure are redraws of the same drawing, that have like a real background. And this obviously it's pretty lackluster. Like, it's just lake, grass, sky, but still, it's a background. It's something. I'm trying to make more illustrations and not just drawings of two people in a void. As cliche of an idea as this is, I still think this drawing turned out really cute, and I actually kind of like them. And who knows? Maybe I'll like turn them into real OCs, give them a real story. Although I doubt it, because I have a lot of real OCs that have stories in my head, but not beyond that. So probably won't happen. But if it does, let me know if you guys would be interested in that, because if you guys want it, maybe it could be a thing. So here we have our final drawing side by side with the original drawing, which you can see that the new one has a lot more character, a lot more personality. Just, it tells more of a story than the original one did, which the original one was supposed to, and it did not. Yeah, so I'm actually really, really proud of the way this turned out. I really like how I drew their clothes. And that made me want to draw more clothes. Okay, and last but not least, we have the only digital one that I chose. I didn't really draw a whole lot of digital when I was, all of these are from when I was like 12 or 13, in like 6th, 7th grade. Um, because I didn't have an iPad or a drawing tablet. This was around the time that I got my first drawing tablet, but this particular drawing I did, well, I drew it, I sketched it up on a piece of loose leaf paper. I took a picture of it, and then I did the line art and the rendering and all of that in Ibis Paint. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I always said it. On my phone with my finger. So, yeah. And for that being the case, honestly, it's not that bad of a drawing. And I actually even attempted a background and lighting in this picture. So, that was pretty ambitious of me. That's something I don't even do very often now, and I did that, when I was like 13. So that's really fun choice. So that's why I chose this one. I wanted to actually, play with lighting and drawing some plants, to kind of mix it up a little bit. I honestly think that her character design is really cute. I really like the space buns and the fact that her eyes are just completely covered up by her bangs, which I think I might have done that because I started with the hair and then did the head, and I was like, there's no space for eyes, so I just made it so that her eyes were covered with the bangs. Also, I attempted to draw ruffles in the original, which also very ambitious of me. Ruffles are kind of hard to draw, at least for me. I don't know, but um so I kept that. I kept the ruffles of her skirt and her little collar. I was kind of struggling with the legs. I guess I was just kind of having a bad day when it came to posing. So after I finished the sketch, I actually went back and redrew the legs and skirt because I just was not happy with the way they looked in the original version of the sketch. I also, whenever I started coloring, I changed the painting in the background. It was supposed to be painting. I changed it into a window because I thought a cool way to incorporate the lighting would be to have her lit from behind her instead of, just it coming towards her. So I've never really tried that. I don't really know if it looks right, but it looks cool. It looks cool. I think it looks cool, but I don't know if it's correct. I also left this one, like the final drawing is a little bit messier than the other ones. You can see with like some of the rendering of the shadows that I didn't really go in and blend it. I just kind of left it a little bit sketchy looking. I think I might have done that because I was kind of fed up at that point with the lighting because it's just something out of my comfort zone. So I was kind of getting annoyed, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not cleaning this up. It looks fine. I'm leaving it how it is. It's fine. So that's that. Normally, I would also do a lot more rendering before I would light a drawing and like do the actual shadows, lighting, all that. I would, render the skin, render, the ruffles. I would have rendered everything really. Same thing with the last drawing. I would have done a lot more rendering, but or at least it felt like I did a lot more rendering. But in these last couple of drawings, I did more of a cell shading type of approach, just because I haven't done that in a while, and I kind of just wanted to experiment. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with my style lately, just trying to figure out what I want my art to be, because I don't know. I don't know really, and I haven't really been satisfied with my stylistic choices. I also just used one of the brushes in Procreate, one of the default brushes in Procreate for the wood and also for some of the textures on the potted plants. I just really didn't feel like drawing all the individual wood texture onto the wood panels. So, utilize your assets, and I used the default brushes. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. Definitely better than I expected, because when I first went into this drawing, I honestly went into it with a lot of dread because I was like, I really like the original drawing and I want to choose this drawing, but the lighting is going to be a pain in my butt. But I did it anyway, and it turned out pretty good, so So here are all 3 of today's drawings. To wrap this video up, it's really nice to look back on old art and just reflect on like why I drew the drawings that I made. And that I used to just do it for fun, and like I still draw for fun, but a lot of the time when I make art, it's because I want to make content or because I want to have people see it and consider like commissioning me. But going back and looking at these, even though I was, redrawing these for content, um, it still felt really nice to just, go back to that. And all of these, they were all fun to draw, and it didn't feel it didn't feel as like demanding as drawing can sometimes feel, which I don't think it should feel that way because, it's my hobby. It's supposed to be fun. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Obviously, you don't have to, but I would really appreciate it. And I will leave the link to all of my social medias, commission information, anything you might want to know in the description of this video. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.